Welcome back to the Deep Dive, where we unlock crucial insights from your questions and sources. Today we're tackling a really great question from a 15-year-old athlete. She asked, how can I work on hitting by myself without a net? And, that question itself, it just immediately signals this dedication to improvement, that drive to get better even when you're not with the team or a coach. It's that desire to really earn it.
Absolutely. Yeah, this isn't just about finding a drill, is it? It's really about embracing the mindset of an athlete who gets that. Significant improvement isn't instant. It doesn't just happen. It comes from consistent, dedicated work,
Yeah.
especially when nobody's watching.
Yeah.
So this deep dive, it's really going to equip you with practical, actionable strategies to really advance your hitting journey, even solo.
Yeah, exactly. We're pulling from some excellent sources that lay out a pretty clear path for this solo improvement. Our mission today is basically to show you how you can level up your hitting game without needing a net or, a whole team around you. And maybe to set the stage, let's remember what Bobby Knight famously said. He said, the key is not the will to win. Everybody has that. It is the will to prepare to win that is important.
Yeah.
And that preparation, that commitment, it often happens in your own space, right? Just you and a ball. Let's explore how. Okay, let's get into it then. Before you even touch a ball, our sources really emphasize preparing your mind, setting yourself up for success. So where do we begin when it comes to structuring that solo practice time?
Right. It really starts with setting SMART goals. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound. Don't just vaguely say, I want to hit better. I mean, that's like trying to navigate without a map, isn't it? You got to get specific. So for you, maybe that means a goal like, okay, I will do 50 quality arm swings against the wall daily, focusing on a strong wrist snap. Or maybe I will practice my full approach 20 times every other day, making sure my steps are explosive and my jump feels high.
Okay.
What's really powerful about SMART goals, especially when you're training alone, is they turn this kind of vague ambition into something tangible, something you control. When you're by yourself, that sense of knowing exactly what success looks like right now for this session, that's hugely empowering. It cuts out the guesswork, focuses every single rep.
So clarity is absolutely key. It's not just wanting to be better, but knowing exactly what better looks like today. But thinking about a 15-year-old, maybe it feels a bit rigid sometimes. How do they keep those goals exciting? Avoid just like going through the motions when they're training alone.
Yeah, that's a great point. And that's where mental preparation becomes your kind of secret weapon. Visualization, or mental rehearsal, it's huge for elite athletes. And honestly, it's incredibly effective for anyone. Find a quiet spot, close your eyes, and actually see yourself executing perfect hits. Like really immerse yourself in it. Imagine your approach. Feel the power coming from your legs as you explode up. Picture that crisp contact on the ball. And then watch the ball soaring over the net, landing exactly where you want it to. So visualization, it effectively multiplies your training time. You can get perfect reps in your mind anywhere, anytime. You're building those neural pathways, that muscle memory, without even needing a court or a ball. It really erases those environmental limits.
That makes perfect sense. It's like pre-programming your muscles for success almost. And speaking of seeing things, the internet obviously can be a powerful tool. We're all online so much. How can our listener use it specifically for hitting improvement beyond just, watching cool highlights?
Right. Use it to really study the pros. The internet, if you use it right, it's like having this endless library of elite coaches at your fingertips. Find videos of hitters you admire, the ones whose technique just looks wow. But don't just watch passively. Analyze what they do. Pay super close attention to their approach, the arc of their arm swing, their body position right before and during contact, and especially how they snap their wrist.
Okay.
Watch it in slow motion if the platform allows, frame by frame even. By observing them in that detail, you're not just watching, you're kind of reverse engineering excellence. You're breaking down their technique into steps you can actually replicate in your own shadow practice. It's like getting a virtual blueprint.
Okay, so we've laid the groundwork mentally through observation. Now let's get physical. Let's turn to those concrete drills you can do without a net, focusing on technique, power, consistency. Where do we start for actual ball contact if you don't have a court?
Wall hitting. It's your absolute best friend for this. Simple, accessible, and incredibly effective. First, find a sturdy, clear wall. Maybe a garage door outside of the house. Just definitely ask permission first, right?
Yeah.
And maybe use a ball that won't damage anything, like a soft volleyball or an older
That's
one.
the point.
Start pretty close to the wall. Focus intensely on the proper arm swing and, crucially, that strong wrist snap. That wrist snap, it's that whip-like motion, drives the ball downwards with power, almost like cracking a towel. Your goal, inequally, isn't huge power. It's precision, control. Aim for a specific spot on the wall, try to hit it consistently, over and over, and pay attention to how the ball comes back. A clean hit, it'll return predictably.
Right.
Common mistakes.
Yeah.
Hitting with a flat hand, maybe not fully extending the arm. As you gain control, feel more confident, then you can gradually increase your distance from the wall and start adding a bit more power, but always maintain that precision. You can even vary targets on the wall, high, low, left, right, to simulate different angles.
That's brilliant. Yeah, wall hitting gives you that immediate feedback on technique, accuracy, isolates that crucial contact point. But hitting isn't just the arm, right? It really starts with the feet. All that power comes from the ground up. So how do we work on the approach, which is so vital for timing, for power, when you're not actually on a court?
Oh, absolutely. You need that explosive approach. It's the engine of your hit, really. So practice your 3-step or 4-step approach rhythm. You could do this in a hallway, your living room if it's clear, maybe the backyard. No ball needed for this part. The key is focusing on an explosive first step, swinging your arms for momentum as you gather yourself, and then a powerful jump at the end. For a typical 4-step, right-handed here, think left, right, left jump. Focus on quickness, long strides, and then that compact, powerful block step right before takeoff. Make sure your body aligns to the target, even if it's totally imaginary. Like pretend the net is there. Turn your hips and shoulders like you're going to attack the ball. This repetitive motion, it builds crucial muscle memory for your timing, your power generation on the court. So when you do get back on the court, it feels much more second nature. By isolating and perfecting this piece, you're making the whole hitting motion smoother, more powerful down the line.
Right, building it piece by piece. And to hit down on the ball, to angle it over the net, past blockers, you need to get up. What can you do to develop that vertical power, that jump, when you're training solo?
Yeah, good question. You need to incorporate jumping and plyometric exercises into your routine. These are fantastic for building explosive power because they train your muscles to generate maximum force in minimal time, basically making you quicker and stronger off the ground.
Like what kind of exercises?
Well, think about things like jump, squat down, then explode upwards. Or box jumps if you have a sturdy low box, or even a step you can safely jump onto and off of. Even just repetitive vertical jumps, jumping straight up as high as you can, are incredibly effective. The focus isn't just getting high, though. It's exploding upwards with maximum effort. Use your arms to help propel you. And then landing softly, absorbing the impact, ready for the next jump. Start with a manageable number of reps. Focus on perfect form over just banging out reps, to avoid injury.
Makes sense. Quality over quantity.
Exactly. This builds that critical leg strength, that explosiveness vital for a powerful attack. It translates directly to how high you get for your hits, how much force you can generate.
Okay, so we've covered approach, arm swing via the wall, vertical power. How can you practice the full motion then? From approach all the way to follow through, but without a ball or a wall, it feels like you need all the pieces together eventually.
Yeah, you do. And that's where shadow hitting comes in. It beautifully ties in the visualization and the technique work we talked about. Stand in front of a mirror if you have one big enough, or just find an open space, where you have room to move freely, and go through your entire hitting motion, from the approach steps, the arm swing, the jump, the full follow through, as if you were actually hitting a ball.
Feel it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Imagine it, feel it. The goal here is focusing on proper form, the precise timing of your steps and arm swing, overall body control. Like ensure your non-hitting arm swings back to create torque, your shoulders rotate fully, your hitting arm completes a full follow-through across your body. This helps refine your technique, build that muscle memory without the pressure of actually making contact with the ball. You can really perfect the mechanics. It's pretty remarkable how these isolated drills build on each other, creating this comprehensive solo training plan.
Okay, so you've done the work, the solo session is over, you're sweating. Is the work done then? Do you just pack up, wait for the next practice?
No, far from it. Your work isn't done just because the sweat has dried. Our sources really emphasize self-reflection and journaling. These are crucial steps for continuous improvement. After each solo session, take a moment, cool down, and objectively assess what went well and maybe what felt challenging. This isn't about judging yourself, it's about honest observation. Ask yourself questions like, did my arm swing feel powerful today? Or was my approach footwork consistent? Was it explosive? Or simply, what's one specific thing I want to improve next time?
I can imagine, though, especially for a 15-year-old, sitting down after maybe a tough session to really critique yourself. That can be hard. How do you suggest they approach that self-reflection? To be honest, but not, overly harsh or get discouraged easily.
That's a really great point. The key is to frame it as learning, not self-criticism. So instead of thinking, oh, I messed that up, think, Okay, what can I adjust next time? Start by noting at least one positive thing from the session, no matter how small it seems. My first step felt quicker today, or whatever. Then I identify maybe one or two specific areas for improvement. This structured approach helps keep motivation up.
Okay.
Then, here's the crucial step. Actually jot it down in a journal, a notebook, even a note on your phone. Track your progress and insights. It lets you actively monitor your development, which is so powerful. Keep a simple log. Note not just that you did wall hitting, but how many quality reps you felt you got. Did you consistently hit that spot on the wall? Did your jumps feel more powerful today than yesterday? Seeing your progress over time, seeing those numbers improve, or seeing those challenging areas gradually get better, that's incredibly motivating. It turns this abstract effort into tangible gains, and that provides a massive psychological boost, right? Fuels continued dedication.
Wow, what an incredible deep dive. It's just abundantly clear that, yeah, a net or a team isn't required for improvement. It really is all about the consistent, deliberate work you put in and that inner drive you bring to every single solo session. The fact that you're even asking this question as a listener means you already have that vital mindset.
Precisely. Your dedication to improving on your own time. That is what will truly set you apart from other athletes. Keep that passion burning. Embrace sometimes it's a grind. Embrace the grind of solo practice and trust the process. You're not just building hitting skills here. You're building character, discipline, self-reliance. That stuff serves you well everywhere, on and off the court. The biggest gains so often come from what you do when nobody else is watching.
Couldn't agree more. And for you, our listener, here's a final thought to mull over. If preparation truly is the key to winning, like Bobby Knight said, what one small, consistent daily action can you commit to starting today? Something that will significantly impact your long-term success, even when nobody is watching. Keep earning it.